Broadway is crazy. There's a lot of energy out here. Hundreds of bars, hundreds of people, a good mood, good energy, but obviously my favorite thing is the live music. We're getting a Club 54 song, baby. I'm actually excited about this.
The second half of the LIV Golf League schedule has been nothing less of exciting. It's Championship Sunday live from the Grove in the heat of Tennessee. Bryson DeChambeau continues to wow the sold-out crowd, just 4 back of the individual leader, Terrell Hatton. Legion 13 leads the leaderboard in the team category. The question is, who will win it all? We're here to talk about all of that and more. Welcome to Club 54 pre-round show. I'm your host, Christian Crosby. Clearly, I'm having a good time in Nashville.
Yeah.
Joining me is your favorite LIV Golf analyst, Jerry Faltz. Jerry, what up, man?
Nothing. You know, today's a somber day for me because today we say goodbye to Nashville, and that's really sad. I want to stay here for another. Let's just have like every American event right here, week after week. Yeah, just move here. It's such a cool place.
I posted the photo of us with our cowboy hats yesterday on Instagram. I got to tell you, Jerry, it didn't go viral, but it did pretty well.
What's the difference?
People are big fans.
What's the difference?
You know, viral is like hundreds of thousands of views.
Okay, but this doesn't sound
love
good.
It. People love the cowboy duo, Jerry. That's what I'm getting at.
I like it. Giddy up.
But you mentioned Nashville and how great it's been.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say this has been the most exciting U.S. stop we've had as far as crowd, as far as energy?
When you combine the crowd, the energy, the personality of a town like Nashville that translates into the vibe on site here. Yeah, Oklahoma last year was fantastic. We've had some good ones. The first year we went to Portland, phenomenal. Boston, there were guys, they were tailgating in the parking lot before the round. We've had a lot of really good ones, but I think this now sets a new standard for American LIV golf events.
I agree. Shall we recap yesterday?
Absolutely. We got a lot to talk about. Some exciting players.
A whole lot to talk about, Jerry. Let's look at the team leaderboard. As we pull this up, I can't help but notice a team that goes by the name Majestics GC, who it's a team we wouldn't typically maybe see at the top here. They're third, finishing 19 under. Legion 13, though, at the top of the leaderboard, did amazing collectively as a team. Jerry, take us through this leaderboard.
Well, you got, of course, Legion 13 right there, who's in a great position, led by John Rahm, but they're all playing good. Then you got John Catlin, who's in the final premier pairing today from Crushers as the fill-in for Charles Howell III. They're in second. Majestics, though, the sentimental favorite, have not had a podium finish since our third event, Boston 2022. They are ripe for maybe a great week here. We will see.
All right, let's take a look at that individual leaderboard. Jerry, you told us it would be volatile. You said it would be fun to watch, and you were absolutely right. As you look at this leaderboard, take us through it.
Wow. Terrell Hatton, I mean, he's leading the field in putting. He's absolutely on fire. He's hitting the ball like he always does, very consistently. John Catlin, you can't say enough about a 32-year-old journeyman who's played developmental and premier tours all over the world to a limited level, if you will, to hold his own against the names you see right there. Hatton, Rahm, DeChambeau, and Smith all sandwiched around that young man right there, trying to change his entire world today.
I mean, Terrell Hatton hit the ball so well yesterday. A great day 2 for him. Let's take a look back at round 2. Check it out.
You know, hopefully win tomorrow. I got to do some work. Terrell's playing some incredible golf.
Yes, sir.
And he's the solo leader. Terrell Hatton is seizing some control amid the chaos.
Played a bit better on the back 9.
Chip and check with a sand wedge here. Played it beautifully.
Did we get a smile?
Nope.
Shot on me.
It was nice to see the ball go in the hole as well.
Oh, yes. Still no smile.
And, yeah, happy with that finish.
He leads by 3 going into Championship Sunday. And there was a smile.
Guys, tee up 10 minutes earlier today, so we're going to check in quickly with Rachel Drummond. I think she's over there with some guys. Rachel, what's up?
Hey, Christian and Jerry. This is my favorite part of the show. I get to talk to you guys, even though you're so far away. I've positioned myself with a former world #1, Lee Westwood. How good are Majestics doing, guys?
No kidding, and he came on the post-game show yesterday and was very upfront about, you know, the stage of life, the stage he is in his career, and the work it takes to still be competitive. Give us a little insight into that, because at 51 years old now, it's not quite as easy.
I know, he's won 44 tournaments. Can you even imagine? And 11 Ryder Cups, I think it is, which is just ridiculous. But it's about keeping that motivation. He's got Helen on the bag. He seems to be enjoying it this week. They've got a good teamwork, a lot of banter, and he's hitting it great. He works with Pete Cowan closely, and, you know, he used to be one of the best ball strikers in the world, and he's absolutely ripping it still. So I'm hoping for a good day.
Yeah, that's a key you bring up. I mean, 51 years old, he keeps himself in great shape, and he still hits the gym like he did when he was younger. He says that's the easy part. He can do that anywhere. But this is a course that favors long players. So in a sense, some of the Majestics, don't you think, are a little overachieving this week?
Certainly. I was looking at the stats. Legion and Crushers are a brute force, and they're leading those stats. But the leaders in iron play are the Majestics, so they're using their strengths to the advantage this week, and they've got themselves into a great position.
Well, Rachel, I know you get that inside look over there. After watching the Majestics, just for fun, what are your predictions for them today?
I just hope they bring it home for the Brits. And obviously we've got Henrik in there, can't forget him. But they're hitting it great. Horsfield's playing the best he has all year. He works with Sean Foley, he's striking it really well. And they're hungry, Poulter's always hungry, and the team has a whole load of experience, so I hope that brings them over the line.
Talk a little bit about Horsfield's swing. I know he actually, I don't think he and Sean work together. I think he recently hired an additional or a separate instructor, but when talking to Sean Foley about that swing, he was so full of the promise that he has in terms of potential. It seems like maybe now Sam Horsfield is slowly growing into that world-class player.
I think so. He's been plagued with some injury, which always holds you back, and it's a case of getting momentum. You know you're good enough, you just need the reps. I know that when he did work with Sean, he works on that lead wrist being flat at the top of the backswing, which is a great tip for everyone at home. If you can get that lead wrist flat and match it with the club head, then you can just turn through the golf ball. So he's got unbelievable foundation, so it's just a matter of time. Hopefully it's today.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel. We'll be checking in back with you a little bit later in the show, but you were great, as always.
Yes.
All right, Jerry, there's a guy that we cannot finish the show without talking about.
There's quite many thousand people out here to see that guy, that nameless guy right now.
We've been experiencing the Bryson effect for quite some time now.
Yes.
He won the U.S. Open. He's dominating media. The question is, will he bring it home today, Championship Sunday?
You know, he talked yesterday about his energy, and we keep expecting a collapse out of him. But Bryson's a different animal. I wouldn't be surprised if he fed off the energy of that crowd today and figured out a way to get it done. But it's not like he's playing in a member guest. He's got Tyrrell Hatton way out in front of him. He's got John Rahm tied with him, and then the unknown, even though Bryson knows John Catlin better than basically anybody in the field, having grown up playing junior golf against him, there's that unknown, and there's Cam Smith right behind, and a whole host of others who can get it done on a course that most of the players feel is ripe to really give up a low score today.
Well, he had some words for the press conference yesterday. Let's take a look at that.
It could have been deep out there for me today, but you know what? I'm proud of the way that I've managed my energy, although I have close to zero right now. You know, and I've given myself a shot for tomorrow. All I want's a shot on that back nine, and you know, that back nine's gettable. So hopefully I can get the job done tomorrow. I just got to work a few things out with my swing, and I'm super close to being back to Greenbrier, which would be awesome. But you know, even last week it wasn't fully Greenbrier. I was still spraying the driver and a little bit on Sunday. And if I can get a little bit of that going tomorrow, it could be a deep one tomorrow and give myself a chance.
And there's Bryson DeChambeau getting ready as we speak for Championship Sunday. Mentioned that he just needs to get some sleep, reset. I heard in his press conference he also mentioned he relies on the crowd.
Yeah.
Like he said, literally, when things are not going his way, he gets an adrenaline rush from the fans.
You said that yesterday. That's his energy source, absolutely, and he needs it right now. What he's doing great, though, I got to tell you, he leads the entire field in strokes gained off the tee. This is a course where long drives and accurate drives are rewarded. John Rahm has climbed to a tie with him in 9 under with the exact same statistical set. John Rahm is second in driving distance, and he's He's well above average. He's 81% second in the field in greens in regulation and 7th in putting. That's a good formula. But I think statistically, the one guy who stands out above all the rest is the unknown. John Catlin leads the entire field of LIV Golf League players in strokes gained approach. He's the best iron player in the field this week against this competition on a course that is truly a second shot golf course. Rewards distance, but it is a second shot golf course. That is so impressive.
Bryson said the holes here are tricky, and the greens actually remind him a little bit of Pinehurst. Can you explain in layman's terms maybe the similarities between the two courses and the challenges that both John and Bryson will be facing today?
Pinehurst is more of a sand belt golf course. This is more of a parkland golf course, but the similarities is in the green complexes. They're elevated greens, and the sides of them here much more subtle than Pinehurst, but the overall size of the green is much smaller than the effective size of the overall size is bigger than the effective size, meaning the ball will roll off the sides down into places that make it very difficult to get it up and down. Not as hard here as it is at Pinehurst, but it is still very challenging.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see how they do Championship Sunday, and only time will tell. For the first time, the popular golf rival game and the LIV Golf League are teaming up. Fans can play 9 exciting holes right from their phones. Scan the QR code to download the app. As the LIV Golf League heads into the back half of the season, any player sitting below the top 24 of the standing is in the open zone, meaning their roster spot is open to be replaced and not guaranteed.
You want to be in that top 24, you want your job guaranteed next year. I mean, that's what it's all about every year. It comes down to me, as it always does, to get the points to get up to those top 24 positions.
I've definitely not played as well as I did last year. I'm looking forward to the second half this year. I'm working hard out here, hitting a lot more balls than I'm used to, but you know, I need that. I need that extra push. If I'm playing well, I think the results will come.
I truthfully don't pay a whole lot of attention to the points. It can shift so quickly. I haven't had the results I've wanted this year, but my game is good, so looking forward to securing my position for next year.
There you go.
All 3 guys have been not playing their best. Danny, at the end of the day, we know he's talented enough to do well, and I think he will. Genie, I feel like the second half of the season, he's gonna do better. Scott Vincent, he'll find his groove and he'll start playing well again. I really believe that these guys can do it.
I know my good golf, it's able to beat the best players in the world, like I already proved, so day by day and see what that gives us. Hopefully I can be here a lot of more years. All I can do is work hard and see where that takes me.
What a response. Fabulous.
What does a guy need to do when they're in that position? They just want to raise up that
It's a tough
leaderboard.
position. There's a lot of unknowns still in terms of what's ahead and players that might fill in, but you just need to keep your eye on the prize and do your job one day, one shot at a time.
All right, Jerry, I'm going to ask you what to watch for in just a second. But first, we got to check in with Dom and Suan. They always give great insight each and every day. So tossing it over to you guys. Dom, Suan, what's up?
With 4 individual events left, there's going to be a lot on the line, a lot of players outside the lock zone, and I'm going to highlight Blandy as well as Sebastian Munoz right now, both 29th and 30th respectively. They're playing well this week. They're 5 under at the moment, heading to Championship Sunday. They need a good week this week to then help them get more points going into the individual championship.
Yeah, a lot to play for as usual, Suan. You know, there's a name on the top of this leaderboard, or near the top of this leaderboard, that nobody's considering. John Catlin. I've been saying it all week. This guy is a really good player. He's not intimidated by the names he sees around him. It wouldn't surprise me if he pulls it off today. It really wouldn't. It'd be an upset. It'd be a great Cinderella story, though.
We're just moments away from getting geared up for that shotgun start here in Nashville. There's Bryson DeChambeau, man of the people, doing what he does best. Fist pumps, handshakes, kissing babies, the whole nine. But let's talk a little bit about this team called Legion 13. You've explained many times, Jerry, how well this team lines up on this course. But on Sunday, teams like Crushers GC, Ripper GC, they seem to play their best. My question, can Legion 13 keep this lead today?
Of course they can. You know, they came out as the new expansion franchise this year, headed up by the headliner, Jon Rahm, which really kind of transformed LIV Golf even more to an extent. Put together a team that at the last minute, he was able to convince Tyrrell Hatton to come join the team, and then he gets a young guy out of college who is #1 ranked amateur in the world, only in his second year of college, Caleb Surratt, and convinces him that this is his best path moving forward. His college coach convinced him of that as well, and he was right. Going out here to play against and learn from these guys day in and day out. You know, the politics of all this is going to settle down, and he knows he's going to be eligible, if he contends well and plays well out here, to pursue the legacy events, which are the 4 major championships. But then you get the promotions event promotee in Kieran Vincent, and it was Surratt and Vincent down the stretch in Mayakoba, that first event, their first event as a team, their first event in the league. They end up winning because those two rallied late on Sunday, and that was really something. I think Captain Rahm has a lot of confidence. They can do that at any time. But on a course like this, where the scores are likely to be pretty low, but not as low today because the wind is up, I think that their chances are great. I don't see them getting beat.
Well, let's talk about Jon Rahm. He's chasing right now. He said yesterday in his press conference, it's the first time he didn't feel any pain. Is it safe to call him a sleeping giant that's waking up as we speak? What's he got to do today?
Yeah, I mean, I say this just about every time because we talk about Jon Rahm a lot. He hasn't finished outside of the top 10, absent the one event in Houston where he had the WD because of his foot. There is something to prove. There absolutely is something to prove against this competition. He wants to go out and get that first win, almost a justifying win for joining the league. I think this is the week he does it. I think this course suits him well. He's going to have his best chance so far this week, even though he's had a chance every week. The problem is his teammate, the Bulldog, Tyrrell Hatton, is just not making any mistakes. He's leading the field in putting. He's 6th in long approach, 2nd in short approach, 5th in short game stats, and 1st in putting. That is a deadly combination.
It's one of the things fans love most about LIV. It's like, what does it got to feel like to play against your teammate?
Yeah.
It's got to be maybe a
That's what's unique to our league. It's so unique to our league, absolutely. I mean, this is an individual and team competition. The team is what brings in the new fans. The individual is what keeps the old guard around, the true golf lovers. The stardom of many of them, most notably right now, Bryson DeChambeau, brings a lot of new fans as well. There's a rooting interest for everybody out here, and the teams always are a big part of that.
I want to talk now more about the individual standings, these guys that are fighting for their position here at LIV Golf. You saw a lot of guys yesterday at the top of the leaderboard who we haven't seen at the top of the leaderboard in quite some time.
Yeah.
You can see things are getting more serious with these guys and they're stepping up. I mean, what's your take?
Well, if you don't finish in the top 24, you either have to have a great relationship or have impressed a captain enough to where they want to pick you above what other available options there might be. And that list of options is likely to continue to expand massively if and when some sort of joint venture deal is announced.
Right at 25 there, John Catlin. Interesting.
That's projected. If it ends as it is right now, that's not the current standings. That's projected. He's got 0.12 points. He's way down the list. He's only played in one event. That would be projected. He might not get any more starts. It's going to be really difficult for him to get in the top 24 without getting more starts. But maybe he impresses somebody enough. There's some big names who are going to finish between 24 and 48 who are going to be really anxious about being on a team next year. And if not, their only options are to go back to the promotions event and try and earn a guaranteed way back.
When you look at that drop zone, Jerry, are there any names there you feel as though should not be there right now?
Oh, Brandon Grace, he's a world-class player. You just can't be there. Laurie Cantor, he is obviously a reserve, but Bubba Watson down there, Kelly Samuya, he's a 35-year-old journeyman, new to the league via the promotions event. Pat Perez, I know he's getting up there in the years behind him in his career, but my God, the guy's worked harder than anybody out here to try and keep his job. And the clock is ticking, and these courses aren't getting any shorter. It's not easy.
Have we talked enough about John Catlin? I mean, it seems like such an incredible story.
Yeah.
Bryson said in his press conference he knew that was the right guy for the job. He's stepping up to the plate, playing amazing golf right now. Have we talked about him enough?
You know, Dom has watched him more than any of us, and he says he's a closer. Now, he's never had to close against this level of competition, so I can't rack my brain to the last time a 32-year-old journeyman underdog has gone up against this type of competition and come out on top. It's not likely today, but it really would be awesome to see.
All right, well, we got a simple tag poll for you guys. Who will win in Championship Sunday? Scan the QR code and get your votes in now. It's simple. We have Hatton, Catlin, Bryson, Rahm. I'm curious to hear, Jerry, what you think about this question. Who wins Championship Sunday? Bryson DeChambeau has been mic'd up by our LIV Studios team. Here's some of his round two.
Driver today? Yeah. Downwind, off the right. Let's have some fun today.
Yeah, just dig deep. Hey, we're going to be going home in 30 hours, all right? Yep. Push through the next 30 hours, and you got 2 weeks after that. Dude, that's crazy. Dude, you're good at golf, bro.
Great stuff, great stuff, man. That's sick.
Well, Bryson has got it what looks like a little on the upslope here, Dom.
Shot.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
You're good, Bryson. Come on.
Well, Bryson a little down the hill to start with here.
Oh, my gosh. Good putt. Dude.
Sick eagle.
Dude. Sick eagle, but quick birdie. It's not an easy flag.
Bryson will be here all night!
I don't know how he's doing it. He is calling on all of his reserves of energy and resolve, riding the wave of euphoria after his victory at Pinehurst #2.
Good work, buddy.
On to round 3, boys. Let's go. Let's get it.
You know, one clip they didn't show, Bryson ran about a half a mile, giving high fives to the fans, which is just so impressive and fun to see from Bryson DeChambeau. All right, Jerry, you got to head to the main show. I know you got to get there a little earlier today.
I got to bounce? Is that what
you got to
bounce.
Sure, yeah.
I got to bounce.
You're getting cooler by the minute, Jerry.
Right.
I love it. I love to see it.
Hey, thanks. I enjoyed it. You're going to have a great day watching this. We're going to have a great day in the Booth Covenant, and the fans out here are going to have an incredible time.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jerry. Enjoy the main show.
Thanks,
we'll be enjoying watching
Thanks.
you. All right, we're going to toss it now over to Arlo and David at the booth. Checking in with you boys. What's going on?
Christian, thank you very much indeed. We are even more excited than usual for Championship Sunday, given the nature at the top of the pylon. Tyrrell Hatton, he's box office himself, 13 under par. He was patient yesterday, 9 straight pars, and then exploded into life late on with 6 birdies in his last 7 holes. But lurking behind him, of course, what a story. Super sub John Catlin, we've got Bryson DeChambeau, we've got John Rahm, and maybe even Carlos Ortiz could go back-to-back. If Tyrrell Hatton, David, doesn't win it today, who do you see lifting the trophy later?
Well, you know, Bryson is the obvious choice there, I think. But if Tyrrell has a similar front nine to the one that he had yesterday, there could be a whole bunch of guys, you know, up his you-know-what. Yeah. But, I mean, it's a really interesting day. The wind is blowing harder. Greens are going to be harder to hit. It's going to get it harder to get it close to the flag, you know, and we've got a day for the ages coming up, I think.
Absolutely. And Legion 13, of course, looking to hold off the challenge of the Crushers to win their 3rd team title in their inaugural season. It seems hot out there, Christian. I guess you don't need me to tell you that.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Arlo. Yeah, a lot of people are wondering, will Legion 13 keep that lead? It should be exciting to see if they hold it down in Championship Sunday. But before we get out of here, we got to toss over to our favorite pro golfer, Rachel Drummond, on the range. Rachel, tossing over to you. What's up?
Hey everyone, final day, 4 scores to count. I was on the range on the cool down yesterday and everyone was out here despite the heat. Now, straight behind me, Richie, we've got the Crushers. I want you to get a little close up on Mr. Catlin. I was speaking to his caddy, Barry, who's just to the right of screen right now. And he said he only hit 2 bad shots and he flew the green and it was down to adrenaline. So that's definitely a thing. Catlin just picked up that stick there. He spends a long time getting his alignment on target. Let's get a little look at Casey over the shoulder as well. Shot a 4 under alongside Lahiri. They're wanting another team title. Richie, now we couldn't be in Nashville if we didn't speak to a country singer. Got Hannah Ellis here. Hi. Hannah, I hear you are a massive golf fan.
Oh,
tell us what you love about golf.
I love the community that it builds, honestly. I mean, I think that's been the most fun part, has been also how many women are getting into golf. I feel like it's really, really popular. My husband actually started a thing called the Thursday Club, where all of us musical city people get together and play some golf. It's pretty fun.
Now, you're behind the Crushers. Can you drop us a tiny musical note of Crushers? Go on.
Okay. I actually thought this might be a good song for the LIV tournament. Don't need a long stem glass to drink high class. Don't mind a plastic clank clank.
Oh, it's beautiful. Can you teach me that? I'll coach you golf. You teach me that. Let's keep moving. Beautiful. Love that. Right, we're going down. Legion 13. No one's currently getting ready. Vincent's caddy's here. Tyrrell is the man to beat. I was born in High Wycombe with Tyrrell. What a man. I hear crowds coming. But we've got another man here, Peter.
Hello.
Braves, Atlanta Braves pitcher.
How's it going?
Good, how are you? Now,
amazing. Finally someone I can talk to who can understand me. This is amazing.
Now I want to know about the similarities between the accuracy and speed you needed in golf. Does it translate into your game?
Absolutely not. In fact, most guys, if they're a hitter, will change the hand that they swing with just so that they don't ruin their baseball swing. Me as a pitcher, I'm not an athlete anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I can just go there and have fun.
Who are you rooting for today?
I've got to go with the Aussies. I know they're a long way back, but I've got to go with the Aussies. It's, you know, the Rippers are my team.
Go get behind Cam.
I will. I'm going to. Don't worry.
Have a great day. Here we go, Kieran Vincent. He's having a great week. He won away from the LIV Tour. Torquay leading in driving this week. Let's get a little look at these guys. Neiman. Munoz working so hard on the range. His caddy helping. What does Neiman want? Who's he pointing at? Right, last one I want to see quickly, Cam Smith. He's had 17 sand saves in a row. I'm not going to tell him this because I'll probably jinx it. He was working really hard on his driver after the round. Dom got some intel that he's been teeing it down. Let's get a little look at Cam. I want to try and hunt some Legion down, but I just don't know where they're hiding. They're so good they don't need to practice.
Rachel, if giving us that behind-the-scenes intel wasn't enough, you also got us a singing bit there. Rachel, you just never cease to amaze us. Thank you so much for that. All right, we are just moments away from that shotgun start, and there's our stud, Bryson DeChambeau, man of the people, as he gets ready. One thing I can say about Bryson is he gets the party going, and at that 15th hole that we call the party hole, Bryson had himself some moments. Let's take a look. The fans so excited, phones are out, whole lot of Crushers GC hats, and Bryson he knows how to work a crowd, as you can see. The big smile, and this is the moment I talked about earlier, running all the way down for, it almost seemed like half a mile, high-fiving as many fans as he possibly could. The question is, will Bryson DeChambeau take it home with his Crushers GC or as an individual? We can't wait to see it. But currently, Legion 13's at the top of the team leaderboard. And of course, Tyrrell Hatton is the individual leader. Let's take a look at those leaderboards one more time before we get into Championship Sunday. Here's the individual leaderboard. Tyrrell Hatton doing what he does best at the top of the leaderboard. Wears his heart on his sleeve. The question is, will that help him today or will that be a challenge? John Catlin making a statement. I belong here at LIV Golf League. And of course, John Rahm at 3. Bryson DeChambeau right there. And Cam Smith, let's not count him out. We know how he does on a Sunday. Let's take a look at that team leaderboard. Legion 13 leading the way, Crushers GC right behind. We know this is a team who can make their way back, but the Majestics GC made a statement yesterday. Hey guys, we're here to play some golf too. It should be interesting to see what happens between all of these teams. Like I said before, we're just moments away from our shotgun start. The crowd here is at capacity. We're sold out. The energy's high. It's hot. I'm very hot right now, but we're going to get ready to get into this. Thank you guys so much for watching Club 54 post-round show. Pre-round show. I'll see you in the post-round show. Until then, it's now time to tee it off, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching Club 54 pre-round show. I'll see you later. Peace.